go straight. It's not easy. It's tough. So that they can know how to position themselves and pursue their destiny. All of us that are doing work, is it easy? I'm in this space. How many times have I thought about giving up? How many times? When you live in a state where you support yourself, I'm the supporter of myself. And as a principal, I have never accessed funds from any foreign donor before. I've never. So those are my views.
Wow, Barrister Taiwo, sir, it's what you just say is Barrister Akinlami is a class act. You are a class actor, and I cannot hear enough of you. I'm sure others in the house cannot hear enough of you. I keep saying, at this time of the night, people are still joining the stream on social media, and you are a class actor. You are a class actor, and I'm not saying that. I mean every word, because, left to me, I will take you. Next thing, I feel like discussing the things that are happening in Nigeria now, which everybody everywhere are also discussing, about the fuel price increase, the electricity tariff increase. I have a 70-year-old mother, who is a widow, and for 2 months, for each month, she's got about 45,000 naira bill, electricity bill, in her house, and she lives alone with her housemate, and the only other support system in the house are mega downstairs, and and they're almost 50,000 each month, and so you just know that a lot of things are wrong in Nigeria. And an elderly woman who sits most of the time in her room or living room watching TV and not much else, so basically these are things but you know what, I know that for this night you've really done justice. Before I call on our General Secretary to give the vote of thanks, let me just, for those who are just joining the stream on social media, we're with Barrister Taiwo Akinlami, Nigeria, Africa's most authoritative voice on child parenting. And for those who want to know a bit more about what he does, you just go to www.Taiwo Akinlami together, Taiwo Akinlami together, www.taiwoakinlami.com. You can get as much information from there as possible. His number is always in the public domain anyway, so I believe I'm at liberty to once you see the flyers, the program flyers, you always see the telephone number there. So, but if you go on Facebook as well, you see Taiwo Akinlami Preacher, Taiwo Akinlami the Preacher. You always find a lot of info on social media. Let me see a bit more info I can put in the public domain. Is on, I believe, on Twitter and Instagram is at Taiwo Akinlami, just the same, at Taiwo Akinlami. I've already given the email address. With the telephone numbers, I've already given the website. I mean, the telephone number is 081804 27336. And on YouTube, it's got one of the most enthralling channels on YouTube. If you go on YouTube, I think the easiest way to search him out is just Power Parenting Company. Power, P-O-W-E-R, Power Parenting Company. Just type that in Google, in YouTube. I believe it should come out with that page. And he's also got a program called Power Parenting Weekly. Power Parenting Weekly. And so every week, I believe, a new topic is treated. But this is Barrister Taiwo Akinlami. Akinlami is not limited to this. He's a man of many parts. He's an authority on so many things. As you've already seen with today's topic, he's really loaded. And with the last NBA elections, he is, I believe he's an insider, whichever way you look at it. And at some point, I hope we can bring him up. We can put him on the hot seat again to treat that. So There are quite a lot of, and I also want to thank our guest panelists for tonight, Barrister Emmanuel Yerokun, whom I've always known from my early childhood as Lanre Yerokun, but is Barrister Emmanuel Lanre Yerokun. He's a UK-based immigration consultant. And like I said earlier, he's also a human rights fighter. We're using the immigration system, you know, fighting for the rights of people, you know, in the United Kingdom. His email address, I believe I've got that at somewhere, is Yerokun, that's YEROKUN Emmanuel, together, Yerokun Emmanuel at gmail.com. And another email, e.yerokun at Blackfields Solicitors, Blackfields with an S, so that's double S, then Blackfields Solicitors.com. We're going to put that on when this Facebook recording goes on another run on Facebook. We're going to put all those details. Barrister, you've spoken about so many things tonight. And we just want to really, really appreciate you. You know, like the issue of current account you mentioned, bank accounts and the dormancy law. For example, I was speaking with someone 2 days ago. I have an account with a bank in Nigeria, a second generation Nigerian bank. I've got a current account and a savings account there. Do you know what? My current account has been in debit in perpetuity. Every time I put money in that account, at the end of the month, it is the account always goes to debit without me withdrawing or touching it. So it is like I am giving money to that bank. If I put, the only savings is the savings, but once you put money in that current account, it goes, let's say, for example, it goes in debit of 1,000 naira. I'm just saying, for example, I can put 2,000 naira there or 5,000. End of that month, it is in debit again, without withdrawing, without doing anything. There's a lot of lawlessness. You know, Nigerian, I was reading somewhere, one of our members wrote, you know, in Nigeria that, you know, there are quite a lot of things. They said cashless society, cashless economy, and then the next thing, every POS transaction is charged. You know, so, but for me, the worrying thing is the bank. In fact, at a point, I used to be really angry and write emails to the bank, but I've just given up. I said, if you have an account in a bank and it always goes into debit every month without you withdrawing from it, there's something wrong with that system. And if nobody is holding the banks to account, I apologize to to our friends who are bankers who earn their salaries from there. That's my background as well. You know that that's where I come from. You know, so but I believe that we can say, so I believe there are loads of things that we can actually talk about, but I know that because of our time tonight, we cannot go any further. I want to thank the two of you, Barrister. May God bless you. That is, and I say this on social media, and I'm not taking the vote of thanks away from our General Secretary. But Barrister, there's certain people you invite for webinars and they go like, okay, what is in it for me? Barrister has never, ever, ever, you know, never, ever, same with Barrister Yerokun as well, never, ever, ever, you know, and I know all you do is you want to see a better society. And I pray that in our own little ways, we'll contribute to that. And when you see us do our that you would actually be very proud of us. I thank all those who have joined us on social media. In fact, my uncle told me, one of my uncles, he's a pastor, Pastor Bankole Fabi, he said, he joins the program from the beginning and he sits all through them till the end. And that's really, really fantastic. And I've seen quite a lot of people who joined us today and they're still there up to now making comments here and there. So I go over to...
Sorry, can I read that section to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please, can I quickly read that section to you? Section 8442.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Says, for the purpose of this section, section 8442, subsection 2 says, for the purpose of this section and sections 842 and 843 of this act, and an account is dormant if no transaction other than a transaction consisting of a payment into the account. Into the account, that's section 8442. Now, it is not giving any room to banking law or banking code or whatever. It is where that section says for the purpose of this section, that's section 844.
Yes, sir.
And sections 842 and 843 of this act, an account is dormant if no transaction other than a transaction consisting of a payment into the account. So that's the point I was making. To say that because in that regard, I have to advise my client. So look, we have a responsibility here. Are we running any account that we only pay money into? Are they saying we should not? So you have to be withdrawing money also from that account for it not to go dormant. Because it will not be your defense that we're always paying money there. It will not be your defense. So that's the point I was trying to make. That's the section I was trying to refer to.
Thank you so much, sir. As we're coming to a close, I even agree with you. Even if they're trying to use that for, at times the framers of the law have to be careful that they don't also cause unintended consequences. If as an NGO we have to withdraw money even when we have no need of withdrawing just to satisfy an act, then am I going to say to my surgeon, manufacture an expense head? Or say to my head of corporate governance and risk that, look, guy, the reason we're doing this is we just have to manufacture an expense head. Wait,
can I read further? Can I read further? That money they are removing from your account, yes, they are not saying that be a transaction which the bank holding the account as effect cost to be effected, has been effected in relation to the account within the period of 5 years immediately preceding the date when the commission is informed as mentioned in section 4. So all those withdraw now that they are withdrawing because of account maintenance, all those maintenance fee, VAT, all those money they remove. They are saying it do not constitute a transaction.
Oh my God.
It do not constitute a transaction. So
and
they are clear about what they are doing.
And with Mr. Bidemi Onojobi FCA did right on the board. Really, even what he sent kind of agrees with what you said, Barrister. Because if you look at this, if you look at what he sent here, basically, I think he just agrees with what you're saying. Because this is the CBN. This is the Central Bank of Nigeria circular dated October 7, 2015. And this was sent to us by Mr. Bidemi Onojobi FCA. And basically, it talks about the objective, standardize the management of dormant accounts, conform to international best practice, eliminate the possibility of banks converting dormant account balances to income, and strengthen risk management and internal control processes. And then when you go to the definition, it goes inactive account shall become inactive if there has been no customer or deposit initiated transaction. So that runs against it runs against the CAMA, because this one says essentially this one is saying deposit or withdrawal. Deposit.
No. This is a depositor, not depositor.
This is depositor initiated. That means
yes. What is saying is customer induced transaction.
Yeah,
it is the same thing the CAMA is saying, that bank induced transaction will not count.
Yeah, but look at it this way.
No, I'm talking about section 8. No. Section 8, subsection 8 that says a transaction consisting of payment into the account. That if you pay money if I keep paying money to my account, it is still dormant under CAMA. That's what they are saying. Clearly, I have read it to you. That's what they are saying. That
under the CBN circular, the same.
No, I think below now, is it not clear?
No, Mr.
So are you saying, sir, that in your banking? Sorry, can I ask you a question, please? It is important that I ask you this question. Are you saying by the operations, I want to ask Mr. Onojobi this question. I need him to answer me clearly, please. Are you saying by the regulation of CBN if I keep paying money to my account and I don't withdraw from it, the account has gone dormant?
Yes.
Is that the meaning of dormancy?
The account can go dormant. You are supposed to initiate a transaction.
Yes, but if
No. I'm initiating transaction. I'm paying money to the account. That is transaction. And you can't tell me how to operate my account. I keep paying money to the account. It's a savings account. I keep paying money there. No. Please, I don't want us to laugh over it. Because I'm telling you, and I want us to argue, see, please, apart from the fact that I understand what this law is saying, I also run bank accounts. I have bank accounts. And I've been running bank account now for some years, over 20 years. And I know what it means for an account to be dormant by reason of practice. I have never heard that if I keep paying money to a particular account, there are accounts I don't take money from. I just keep put money there. And it has never been dormant. What this law is saying, that under this law, that for the purpose of section 842 and section 843, dormancy means an account where I'm dropping money that I'm not taking money from. So are you saying that when I pay money into an account, that is not an initiated deposit? That's not an initiated transaction that I'm paying money to an account. So that's the point I'm making. I'm not trying to win an argument. No, I'm trying to make a point.
I get
right.
If I may come in, Mr. Onojobi, I believe Barrister Akinlami is right here, because
yes.
Let's define it. Let's take one time after each other. Let's be very clear about this. The only transaction a third-party customer can initiate on your account is deposit. They cannot withdraw. Now, the transaction you can initiate as a customer is you can initiate a credit or debit transaction. You can withdraw or you can. So this means that. So this law refers to debits and credits. So if the CAMA was gotten from this law, it would have also reflected that if that account is there and there's no debit or credits, but the CAMA law is not in conformity with this CBN guideline, and it says, and it's not also in line with best practices, because I've never heard anywhere around the world where dormancy is defined in the context of no withdrawals, because the unintended consequences of that law is, as a charity, as a non-governmental organization, which the Platform for Liberty and Democracy is, for example, can I say to you as the head of risk, or can I say to the General Secretary, you know what, so that our account does not become dormant, guy, go and just look for an artificial expense head. Just say, you know, hotel accommodation for Barrister Yerokun in Abuja. This is just I'm just saying, he doesn't your call. He said, thank you. You know, so, and then really Barrister Yerokun is in Wales, in Cardiff or in London where his office is. He's not even in Nigeria. Is that not corruption? That's an unintended consequence. You know, so, and I think the framers of this law, we've already identified a provision that is really, really anti.
Can I say something, sir?
Yes, sir. Can
I say something? So if I'm a church, there is an account I give to my members to be putting tithes. Are you saying it's dormant? Are you saying it's dormant? They are paying money there as tithes. Are you saying it's dormant?
No.
They are paying money there. They are paying money there every week. For 1 year, I don't want to touch it. Are you saying it's dormant? I'm initiating it. I'm taking the argument even further that I'm doing a business. I sell products. I'm not the one putting money there. I give people the account. Please, any product you buy from me, pay into this account. And they are paying there, but I don't take money from there. Is it dormant? Can that be dormant?
Okay. Let me give you a real life example of what you're saying. Building funds. Until you get to a certain amount of money, you keep putting money in there. Nobody takes it. Any money.
God bless you. Yes.
Easily.
Say it's going to be dormant because the church does not operate it. I don't think so.
I think one thing that should be clear is this. When the purpose of account is set forth while discussing with the bank, while opening the account, these rules may be relaxed based on the purpose of the account. Like the example you have given where you said, okay, you're asking your customers to pay into a particular account. Such account is typically called collection account. This kind of rule will not apply to a collection account. So
the law did not say so, sir. The law did not say so. This law is saying that the meaning of dormancy for the purpose of this section 482 and section 483 of this act and on account is dormant if no transaction other than a transaction consisting of payment into the account. So if the only payment we are making there is dormant, that's what it's saying. It didn't say so. So it overrules every other arrangement you may have with the bank. And you note, sir, this law does not say the bank should discuss with you. When this thing happens, the bank is not going to discuss with you. The bank is going to write to CAC. If they come and discuss with you, they breach the law by discussing with you. They are supposed to be whistleblower. They write to CAC immediately that for the past few, this money they have only been paying they've not drawn from it. So it is CAC that will now write to you to come and explain. That's what they are saying. Does that make sense? As a banker, sir, that my bank is going dormant, that my banker cannot call me and say, bros, this account is going to enter dormancy, do something about it. Now, if a bank, and let me now ask you another question, sir. Do you think any bank will obey this law? Bank, if somebody has a heavy account with the bank, and you go and say this kind of thing to CAC, the bank will not do it. The bank will just call them by the side. He won't make it a telephone call. He will visit. Say, oh, guy, account is very dormant to. That's
the standard practice. That's the standard practice. Before your account gets into dormancy, the core bank is supposed to notify you and remind you that this account will go into dormancy by so time and so dates for you to take necessary, and they will always advise you of necessary action to take. Most banks in Nigeria does that. At least I have received notifications. But I agree
where an account, where the commission received, where a bank owes one or more, listen, section 842, where a bank owes one or more accounts in the name and on behalf of an incorporated trustee of a particular association, and the account, or if it owes two or more accounts, and each account is dormant, as defined under the relevant bank regulation, the bank shall without delay notify the commission of this part without delay. Now, see that in bracket, banking regulation, they now destroyed it by section 844, by saying that dormancy in this law, by that, as related to section 842, section 844, refers to this thing. So, you see, my brother, this is the point. I understand the point you are trying to make. But the point I'm trying to make is this. There are booby traps inside this law. And I don't think I've advised my clients, don't look at this thing on the face of it. I've advised my client, now operate the account both ways. Begin to operate it both ways because they will tell you it's dormant. Now, so I've not told my clients, when I'm talking to my clients, I've not spoken to them as an activist. I've spoken to them as a lawyer to say, these are the issues going on now. Operate your account both ways so that you won't run foul. But when we are talking about what ought to be, that is my argument. This is not right. It ought not to be so. That's my position, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Barrister, you're trying to say something.
Yes, sir. Just one comment. You see,
we'll take the vote of thanks after this. So just go on, sir.
When you see this, and I'm glad that because a lot of the write-ups that I've read, I mean, this was never highlighted from this context in terms of the definition. Because I've gone through it, I've gone to interpretation. You understand? It's a bit of a trick that they've played on everybody. They've excluded this definition from the interpretation section. If you go and look at the interpretation of the law. And so a lot of people will not easily notice it. So it took Barrister Akinlami working for a client, having to trawl through the whole thing and identify that. Now, these are some of the things that immediately raises the red flag that some persons have their personal interest they're trying to pursue with using the law. And this is what I'm saying. You see, why would the government or an act of parliament do this when you know clearly that non-governmental organizations normally we keep money for certain purposes? In the UK, just like this man is talking about receivership account or something. Look, if you designate an account for a particular purpose, you cannot use the money inside it for another purpose. Part of the Charity Commission. And they are aware of that. These people who made this law are aware of that. So if the origin of the law that they are part says if you open an account for building purposes, you can't use it to pay transport. The money must be used for building. Why will you insert this? Why will you insert this? So it's obvious, and I think I agree with what Barrister Akinlami is saying better than before now. I only made comments on things that I didn't agree with, but it's made very, very, very relevant and important submissions that we ought to reflect on and think about. It's a pity that this platform is not. We don't have the means to be able to, deal with other issues is raised. But I want you to please, because I may not be able to. The convener is aware of some of my challenges. I may not be able to come back very soon. But please, as much as you have opportunity, try and address these issues, on another occasion. Those highlights. And I know you have said that we need to have a plan, but please, in your individual capacities and where you have, in your own spaces where you have influence, kindly at least discuss these issues. How can we come to a point where there's going to be a meaningful change in Nigeria? I'm not in Nigeria at the moment. You forgive me. I wish I was, but I'm not. So I'm limited in what I can do. But I beg each and everybody who have direct influence and opportunities in the Nigerian space to work on what can we do to stop this madness, this malady, and how can we reverse it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. This is me really standing up to clap this session. I think I've only done this once when we had Ms. Nkechi Obi, Barrister Francis Obi, and when we had on the national sports policy. But today has been a class act. It is Barrister Akinlami is a class act. Any day, anytime, very engaged, very deep, and very honest. And I thank Barrister Emmanuel Yerokun. I thank Barrister Yerokun for all you do for, in terms of helping people sort out deep immigration problems in the UK. I see your Barrister I feel like we should get you inside our homes at times. Help us with even upbringing for, just I hire you for 6 months as a consultant if it was possible, So I thank you for everything, sir. We need you back on this topic, and we need you back on the MBA issue. The people are talking about the MBA on the streets. It looks like the MBA this is not the same MBA of Alao Akaba Shorun that we used to know. I know that President Ibrahim Babangida introduced some very devious tactics into the MBA by always appointing the president of the MBA as Minister of Justice and Attorney General. And I know war in the NBA when Mrs. Priscilla Kuye's election was held. It was war here and there, and it looks like the NBA has even gone. Today it's even worse than that. What happened between Mr. Shino Ogulano and of course Barrister Akpata. Of course, this is not trying to impugn Barrister Akpata's character as a person, but there is a lot of talk on the street. If the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? If the MBA that is supposed to actually be a defender of our liberty, of our liberties, you know, that's supposed to be at the forefront of all these things. If the MBA is upside down, what can the ordinary man on the streets do? So, Barrister Akinlami, please let us know your availability. We'd like to bring you back. Thank you once again. Thank you, everybody who has joined us tonight. Thank you to all our in-house panel. Thank you for being with us till the end. Abidemi Onojobi. Thank you to Benoit. So I get, thank you, Oladaya Folabi. So can we have the second give the vote of thanks? And if there's any last statement from Barrister Akinlami or Barrister Yerokun, just 1 minute after the vote of thanks, and that's it for tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much, the convener. I want to sincerely appreciate, I want to sincerely appreciate our guest speakers, Barrister Akinlami and Barrister Yerokun. You know, we are very, very grateful for having them this evening, and they've done justice to the issue at hand. They've given us insights to other issues, most importantly, the bank charges and some other related matters. So we sincerely appreciate them, and we thank them for always staying tuned and for always standing by us. And at the same time, I want to appreciate all our audience, the social media audience.
Okay, I think we lost you there. Thank you so much, Olafa Emi. Thank you for all you do as well. So just 1 minute, Barrister Taiwo Akinlami and Barrister Yerokun, 1 minute, and then we're at the end of the conversation for tonight.
Okay, I just want to celebrate Barrister Emmanuel Yerokun for his consistency, his commitment. Though he's not physically in Nigeria, but I believe his spirit is in Nigeria. And I didn't see this part of him when we were in last. I saw a conservative part of him. And this part of him that I'm seeing it gladdens my heart that, so I nearly said the first day he reached out to me, I said, he's also Barrister Yerokun's sons of the prophets. Is he also, so I'm really, really encouraged and really, really inspired by his commitment, by what he sees and what he does, particularly the things he does in the UK, helping people to formalize their stay and all of that. I just want to celebrate you, sir. God bless you. Do have a wonderful, thank you for bringing me here, and thank you for linking me with this group. I think I've had a wonderful time having conversations tonight. He prevailed on me to come again because Mr. Tunde has reached out to me and I was still considering it. When I heard from him and he reached out to me, I said, wow, I just have to be here because his wishes will come. And he's my senior. He's my senior. My senior at the bar. So when a senior calls you, I must respond.
Thank you so much, sir. Really appreciate you, Barrister Akinlami. You're a superstar, sir. Thank you, sir. I hope people like you will one day, you know, in 1999, everybody who fought, all the Chima Ubanis, all the Olisa Agbakobas, everybody who fought for democracy, all of a sudden, everybody vacated the place, and then hooligans and criminals and crooks went into the National Assembly. I'm hoping people like you can start preparing so that, yes, we can, this change we'll be shouting about, that change has not come across. So perhaps a change of tactics to start sending ourselves in there and see if we, because if we send you alone there, the criminals there, in fact, they'll suspend you for 6 months. You will only stand up to speak on the National Assembly from once, and we just said that the president of the national of the Senate has suspended you for 6 months. You know, just like Saraki made popular suspending anybody who said anything against him. You know, and then you start going to court. But we know that if we have people like us, and who says this Senate president will not do it? The Senate president that went to celebrate Ojiu's Okalu, a man who was convicted of stealing. The court did not say he did not steal. They only said in terms of technicalities, so and so they freed him on technicalities. They did not say he did not steal. And the Senate president led the delegation there a few days later, you know, so we know we're in trouble as a nation. May God rescue us. So, Barrister Emmanuel Yerokun, your 1 minute and we'll close the session.
Well, I only, you know, always just appreciate the privilege and the opportunity you give. It's an honor to be part of what you're doing. It's an honor to be able to reach out to old friends and colleagues like Barrister Taiwo, and for him to respond. I don't have any particular influence over him, but I'm grateful to God for the privilege that you guys are giving, and that He always honors our call. It's your call, not just mine. I thank you all for what you have. I pray that the Lord will bless you individually and your family, and as a group, that God will prosper you and make you triumphant in Jesus' name. I'm a Christian, and I'm a born-again Christian. If you were to ask me my spiritual perspective on all of this, I'll give you a different perspective to what we have discussed so far. But thank God for what people like Taiwo are doing, and the people who have been able to come out to speak. I pray that someday Nigeria will be great. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. We've come to the end of tonight's stream. Thank you all those who have joined us on social media, who have watched from beginning to the end. May God bless you, and may the dream of making Nigeria, and indeed the whole world, better for all of us, may they come true in the mighty name of Jesus. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a fantastic night, and have a wonderful week ahead. God bless you.